All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our final story, where it appears the leadership question in Nigeria is becoming more intractable. In view of this, former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the former Chief of Army Staff, retired Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma, have decried the dwindling quality and standard of leadership in the country. The two statesmen spoke when members of the League of Northern Democrats paid them courtesy visits in Abeokuta and Lagos, while former President Olusegun Obasanjo asked the group to expand its operations to include the rest of Nigeria. Danjuma challenged public office holders to look beyond themselves and take immediate steps to stem the tide of poor leadership and leave behind a country for future generations to inherit.
Regionalism has been described as the root of Nigeria's problem. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo made this known while receiving a group known as League of Northern Democrats at his presidential library home in Abeokuta. The former president said with good leadership and support from followers with genuine spirit of nationalism, the country can do better.
When you have a national league, I will receive you warmly. I will join you warmly. I will be your patron if I cannot be active because I'm getting old. Nigeria is greater than any of us, or part of Nigeria. And we should see Nigeria in the holistic form that we should see. This country can play a very, very significant role in the world affairs.
The leader of the group and a former governor of Kano State, Ibrahim Shekarau, said the group comprises of people of like minds from the northern extraction. He added that the group came into existence 3 months ago as a result of various consultations and discussions. He said the group stands to influence political decisions and the process of recruiting leaders at all levels in Nigeria.
We came together with a clear vision to mobilize and enlighten our citizens the need to join hands together, to work together, and influence political developments regardless of the political parties.
Few days ago, a group known as Yoruba Conservative Union held a rally in Abeokuta, Ogun State to call for the return of the country to a regional system of government, claiming that regionalism allows rapid development and facilitates healthy rivalry among the regions. Kazim Olowe, TVC News, Abeokuta.
Beautiful reports there from our correspondent Kazim Olowe. All right, I'll start with you. What do you make of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo and statement concerning leadership, and also the former Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma on the quality of leadership in Nigeria?
Well, without being unnecessarily biased against them, these two eminent statesmen, they have one time or the other ruled Nigeria before. They have occupied seat of governance before. The first one was Chief of Army Staff when Obasanjo was head of state. Later on, he became a minister under President Olusegun Obasanjo. President Obasanjo is the luckiest living Nigerian to have had the opportunity of 3 times to rule Nigeria. The last time it was 8 years. One thing I find funny about Nigerian leaders is that it is when they leave office that they begin to propound a lot of theories, a lot of things. Whereas all these problems confront them when they were in office, but they least took any fundamental steps to stop it. Look, we are talking about regionalism. Military caused the problem of Nigeria today.
But
military reversed us today. I am
Why-
saying
why
they have
look
every
at
right.
the message
I'm saying message, but what I'm saying now is that...
Are you seeing the message?
I'm seeing the message. The message is that, look, every Nigerian loves Nigeria. Yes, the quality of leadership. They too, they have occupied that place one way or the other. It is the system you put in place that will not bring good leadership. If the system of emergence of a leader is faulty, there's no way you can make it. For instance, now, to become a councillor, if you have to spend about 2 million naira to become a local councillor, what do you think the guy will go to the council to be doing? So we have to look at the process of the emergence of leaders.
Of
For
leaders,
us to expect good things from the leaders. The process of emergence of leaders in Nigeria is fundamentally faulty. And when a process is faulty, there's no way you can bring forth fruit. Because whatever a man sows, so shall he reap.
Now, you talked about the process. But since 1999, since the return of democracy in 1999, will you say our leaders have been seen to meet up with their promises, their manifesto since 1999, without naming names? But what would you say?
You know, I can't tell you they've been meeting up with your promises. Majority of them. From 1999, you say, oh yeah, the dawn of democracy.
Yes.
Yeah, they've not been meeting up. If they've been meeting up, you know, it's the people that can actually tell you if you're doing well. It's not about propaganda. If they meet up, the street will tell you. You know, the people will feel it. You know, when you make promises, at times some people go all the way to jot these things down and keep it as a record. And then when you come assume office, they take it as you proceed. Majority of them, they meet up.
It is often inferred that we deserve the kind of leaders we have. Do you agree with this statement?
If I would have thrown the question back to you.
Yes.
Oh, because we're all part of the. When we talk about, when we see, all of us are leaders. We made those people, you know, because all of us can be at that podium. So we nominate them. So we nominate them.
So
we nominated them.
Leader is
so it's what we nominate them. Yeah,
exactly.
It's what we put there that we get. So this issue of what's this? The leadership deficiency or whatever. It's not so. We don't need an Obasanjo. We don't need a Danjuma. We don't need a Shekarau to tell us that we have issues there. That everybody knows. Because, as you said, let's even start from that 1999 date. The kind of leaders who've been churning out, the kind of people who entered politics. I remember that time when the military, when Abdul Salami came, and because a lot of people thought it was a joke, that the military cannot give up like that. And he said, no, we're going to usher in democracy and all that, democratic rule. So the ones who are serious were looking, you know, who doesn't want to spend their money. And I know, I don't want to mention them, some of them who got their money in illicit ways jumped into the fray and were made governors. And that was the beginning. And then they went in there. On 1999, for 8 years, from 1999 to I think 2004, thereabout, or 2006, we know what happened. And some of them are still under trial. Those are the people who jumped into the, you know, the political scene. Those are the leaders who jumped into the political scene, and Nigerians worship them till date. Okay. So those are the kind of leaders we have. And it's from that time till now, we keep having them. We don't have people who want to see service as selfless. They are not patriotic. All they want is, let me get there and make money. So we need to sit down as a country. As I said before, it's not for an Obasanjo and Danjuma or Senator Shekarau. We must sit down and say, we don't want the direction we're heading. We need to address this.
Massimo D'Azeglio in 1861 said that we have made Italy. It is time for us to make Italians. Now, are our leaders a true reflection of our society and by extension, the followers?
Well, like I said before, when somebody emerges as a leader, as a commissioner, as a governor, there's a process that has been set in place. It is that process that will determine the kind of leader that you have. Yes, we have a Nigeria, we have Nigerians, and we have Nigerian leaders. But not all leaders are leaders, because most of Nigerian leaders look at themselves when they get to power. They don't look at the institution or the circumstance that has thrown them up. Like he was saying, all these people, look at, it's only in Africa that it is when people have become head of state that they leave the house, they will not go back to school. The reverse is the case in other countries. But our own, they first of all be elected, become governor, they now go back to school to study law. They will not do every other thing. So they will not begin to tell you all the mistakes that are in power. So that is the problem. The problem is that we have Nigerians. But for us to make it better, we Nigerians have to make up our mind that we want to throw up good leadership. One of the things is that,
as Nigerians, do we understand the true meaning of a leader, a good leadership? Do Nigerians actually understand it?
It depends on perception of Nigerians. Because look at a nuclear family. A man, his wife, and the children. Leadership starts from that particular level. If a man cannot produce good leadership, he cannot move into the community. Yeah. After the community, you see, that's one of the reasons why I like option A4 that Ngosumi, so rest in peace. Because that thing will eliminate you from the grassroots. You cannot get there. Your council, if you want to be president, your local government council will determine whether you are going forward or not. So let us institute a kind of system that will produce the kind of leader that we want in this particular country. And another thing is that Nigeria as a country, we are in short of nationalistic leaders that will knock us together.
Nationalistic leaders
that will knock us together, not looking at any ethnic
tribe or anything, but the one that will bring everybody together.
Unfortunately, after 64 years, we have been unable to produce such leaders in the mold of the First Republic politicians. Why
is that?
It is because we are not realistic about the kind of Nigeria we want to produce. When the West were going, when the British people were going, they gave us a journal system of government. And everybody can say, between 1960 and 1966, most of them, they know none of the governments have been able to mash out because they were governments that were rooted in the people. I believe in cultural democracy. Cultural democracy in the sense that in any part of the country you are, you practice the kind of democracy that will suit your people.
I think the former president actually said something like
cultural democracy.
He talks about something
instead of saying that you want to lump up this country together, you see, a multi-ethnic, multiracial, multilingual country can never be run in a unitary style. It is unitarism that we smuggled into Nigeria after 1966 that ruined Nigeria. All parts of Nigeria, they were going on their own way. The North was pursuing, the East was doing their own.
And there was healthy rivalry.
Do you know that in 1960, Western region was paying more money, more salary than federal government? This is why not a lot of Western people who are in the federal civil service. People don't know. Because when your government can employ you and you pay you better, what do you want in federal? But because we have disrupted that, when you will see that at any point in time in the nation, we have the tendency of going back to the region, always going back. Why can't we just sit down and say, look, Nigeria is a beautiful country. I keep on saying it. Let us develop along ways that is culturally reflective of where we are coming from.
Now, where should the orientation start? From the top or the bottom? Or it should just start?
No, it has to start from the top. Because it's not about starting. It's about the speed and the authority around it. Yeah, if you want to start, because there's something you can't start it from the family unit. When government is serious,
all right,
and that's like I'm happy with the re-energized National Orientation Agency. From what I'm seeing,
yes,
they have an assignment here.
Yes,
I know if they're listening to us, things will happen. Yes, we need to change it.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much today. Abaton, thank you very much for having this conversation. And Tony Wang, thank you very much. Appreciate you. And also to the gentlemen of the PCR and also the MCR, thank you very much. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. And join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.